Are you looking for the best gaming monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best gaming monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Best Monitor. The best monitor we've tested for all-around use is the Gigabyte M27U. It's a great display that's versatile for many different uses, as it includes both gaming and productivity features. It is a KVM switch that makes it easy to control 2 devices with the same keyboard and mouse connected to the monitor, like if you need to connect your work laptop and gaming PC. It also has a USB-C port, but with only 15 watts of power delivery, it isn't enough to charge your laptop while using it. On top of its productivity features, it also has gaming perks like a 160Hz refresh rate and HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that lets it take full advantage of current-gen gaming consoles and high-end graphics cards. It's also a great choice if you want to use it in a well-lit room, as it has decent reflection handling and gets very bright, enough to combat glare. However, it doesn't perform as well in dark rooms because it has a low contrast ratio and terrible local dimming feature. So if that's important to you, the Innoken 27M2V is a good alternative. It has a much better local dimming feature and displays deeper blacks, but it's also harder to find. If you don't need something with gaming features and you want a productivity monitor, the Dell U2723 is another great 4K option that costs a bit more than the Gigabyte. It has a massive USB hub with 5 USB-A and 3 USB-C ports, so you can easily connect your devices. Regardless of which monitor you get, you can't go wrong with the Gigabyte, Innoken, or Dell. Number 2. Best Budget Monitor. While good mid-range options are available, like the Dell S2722QC, they're usually focused on gaming or productivity. If you want something versatile for different uses, it's better to go down in price and get a budget model like the Gigabyte M27Q. It's a step-down model from the Gigabyte M27U, and there are some trade-offs for getting cheaper monitors, with the main difference being that the M27Q has a lower 1440p resolution. This means that the text clarity isn't as good due to its lower pixel density. However, it has many of the same features as the M27U, like a USB-C port. This is good if you want to quickly connect a laptop, but your laptop won't charge while you're using it because it's limited to only 10 watts of power delivery. It has good picture quality thanks to its sRGB mode, resulting in excellent accuracy before calibration, and it displays a wide range of colors. Its wide viewing angles make it a great choice if you constantly need to share your screen with someone else. While it doesn't have HDMI 2.1 bandwidth like the M27U and can't take full advantage of the PS5 and Xbox Series X vertical bars, it's still impressive for PC gaming as it has a 170Hz refresh rate and great motion handling. Number 3. Best Cheap Monitor. The Asus VG246H is a good alternative to the Gigabyte M27Q if you want a simple and cheap monitor. As you go down in price categories, you'll have to sacrifice the size and resolution, which is the case with the Asus. It has a smaller 24-inch screen and a lower 1080p resolution than the Gigabyte, but it still offers good office performance with decent text clarity. Despite its low cost, it also has an sRGB mode that results in great accuracy before calibration. Another advantage this monitor has over other cheaper models is its remarkable ergonomics. You can adjust the screen in various ways, including rotating it into portrait mode. It also has wide viewing angles that keep the image consistent from the sides, which is important if you need to share your screen with someone else. Unfortunately, it's limited in gaming features as it has a 75Hz refresh rate, so if you're a gamer and want a cheap monitor for productivity and gaming, the Acer Nitro XF243 WipeMix is a good alternative, but it costs a bit more. Number 4. Best Gaming Monitor. There are other, better options if you're a PC gamer and want a monitor to take full advantage of your gaming setup. If you're interested, The best gaming monitor we've tested is the Dell Alienware AW3423DW. It has a 175Hz refresh rate with a near instantaneous response time, so motion is incredibly clear. It also has native G-Sync variable refresh rate, VRR, support, which is great if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. Its QD OLED panel delivers incredibly deep blacks in dark rooms with no distracting blooming, making it an excellent choice for darkroom gaming. There are other QD OLED monitors that are very similar and are also great options if you can find them for less, like the MSI MEG 342C QD OLED and the Dell Alienware AW3423DWF. However, they have G-Sync compatibility instead of native G-Sync support like on the AW3423DW, so if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, the AW3423DW is still the better choice. Unfortunately, there are a few drawbacks because OLEDs risk permanent burn-in with constant exposure to the same static elements over time. If that's a concern, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32B G85 is a good alternative. It's a 4K, 32-inch monitor that gets much brighter thanks to its mini LED backlighting, but it doesn't deliver the same perfect black levels as the Dell. Luckily, it's even better for console gaming as it supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, meaning it's fully compatible with the PS5 and Xbox Series X vertical bar S. So if you're a console gamer or even have an HDMI 2.1 graphics card, consider this monitor instead. Number 5. Best upper mid-range gaming monitor. If you want a high-end gaming monitor but aren't necessarily a fan of ultra-wide screens like the Dell Alienware AW3423DW, look into the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 ACTM. While it uses an OLED panel to display perfect blacks, it doesn't display the same vivid colors as the Dell, but this doesn't make a difference unless you want the best picture quality to go alongside fantastic gaming performance. Luckily, it offers an even higher 240Hz refresh rate than the Dell, meaning you can play games at a higher refresh rate without issue. But with a smaller 27-inch screen, you won't see as much of your game at once. Motion looks smooth thanks to its fast response time, and its VRR support also works without issue with AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards, giving you a nearly tear-free gaming experience. It's important to keep in mind that this monitor has some issues, especially if you don't have it updated to the latest firmware, that affects its input lag and HDR performance. If that concerns you, the LG 27GR95KB is another excellent choice that uses the same panel and even supports HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, but it doesn't get as bright as the Asus, so the Asus still delivers better picture quality. Number 6. Best lower mid-range gaming monitor. If you don't need excellent picture quality, there are mid-range options with LED backlight LCD panels and 240Hz refresh rates, like the Dell Alienware AW2723DF, or a high 4K resolution like the Gigabyte M32U. However, you can also save money by getting a lower mid-range model like the LG 27GP850B, also available at other retailers as the 27GP83BB. It's a step down from the Asus ROG Swift OLED PG27 ACTM in a few ways, which is what you have to expect for a cheaper monitor. It can't display the same deep blacks as it doesn't have an OLED panel, and it has a lower 180Hz refresh rate, but it's still an excellent gaming monitor. It has incredible motion handling without much blur or visible overshoot with fast-moving objects. It also has FreeSync VRR support to reduce screen tearing, and it's G-Sync compatible if you want to use it with an NVIDIA graphics card. At the same time, its 27-inch screen size and 1440p resolution offer good pixel density and sharp image clarity. If you want something bigger, you can also consider the similarly performing LG 32GP850B, but with lower pixel density, images aren't as sharp. Number 7. Best budget gaming monitor. If you're getting into PC gaming and want the best PC monitor at a low cost, check out the ViewSonic XG2431. It's different from the LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB because it has a smaller screen and lower resolution, which is what you must expect for a budget-friendly display. However, it has a higher 240Hz refresh rate, which is great if you're a competitive gamer and want to play games at a higher refresh rate. The smaller screen size is also beneficial if you have limited desk space or want a multi-monitor setup. What makes this monitor better than other budget-friendly displays for gaming is its remarkable motion handling across its entire refresh rate range. It has a customizable backlight strobing feature where you can adjust the flicker to your liking, which is a neat feature that even more expensive options don't have. And this helps improve the appearance of motion by reducing persistence blur. Like most gaming monitors, it has native FreeSync support and G-Sync compatibility to reduce screen tearing.